सो हेलो एवरीवन, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। आज हम रीडिंग द आर्काइव स्किल इन्हेंसमेंट कोर्स की यूनिट 2 करेंगे और यूनिट 2 का ये पार्ट 1 है। सो आई होप यू सब्सक्राइब दिस चैनल एंड लाइक द वीडियो। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग गाइस। सो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं, देखते हैं कि इसका जो हमारा सेकंड यूनिट है, आई थिंक वो काफ़ी ब्रॉड है। वो मैं उसको डिवाइड करूँगी तीन पार्ट में। तो जो फर्स्ट वाला पार्ट है वो होगा द डॉक्यूमेंट्री आर्काइव, कॉलोनिज्म एंड नेशनलिज्म। सो The documentary archive. The documentary archive is a collection of primary sources materials, written document, photographs, maps, audio recording, and other media that serve as historical evidence of past events, decisions, and experiences. These archives are foundation of the study of history, culture, politics, and society. However, the very act of creating, preserving, and organizing these records involve power dynamics that shape the way in which history is remembered, understood, and represented. तो ये द डॉक्यूमेंट आर्काइव है, जिसमें कि फर्स्ट हैंड लाइक जो हमारे प्राइमरी सोर्सेज होते हैं उनको इंक्लूड किया जाता है। उसके बाद है फंक्शंस एंड इम्पोर्टेंस द डॉक्यूमेंट्री आर्काइव। So, first one, preservation of history. Archive play a critical role in preserving documents and records that are essential for understand the past. These materials serve as direct evidence of human activities, societal structure, and key events, helping historians, researchers, and the public to reconstruct history. And the second one is shaping memory and identity. Archive contribute to the construction of the collective memory and identity. The document preserved is an archival help define a society understanding of its past, forming the basis of national culture or institutional identities. The archival record is often a tool for remembering key histories, movement, figure, and movement. And the third one is legal and political functions. Archival are often used for legal purpose, such as providing ownership, establishing rights, or resolving disputes. Government and institution archive also serve as a means of documenting policies, decisions, and governance structure. And the fourth one is educational sources. Archives serve as the educational resources, offering primary sources for academic research, teaching, and public knowledge. Researcher and student turn to archive to study the original document that inform their understanding of history. Power and politics of the documentary archive. While archives are invaluable for historical research, they are also shaped by political and power dynamics. The process of archiving involves decisions about which documents are preserved and which are discarded, and these decisions can influence the way history is represented and remembered. 1. Creation and selection of document. The act of selecting which material to archive is inherently subjective. Archives often prioritize certain types of documents, such as official records, government correspondence, and institutional reports, which can reflect the priorities and bias of those power. And the second one, exclusive and marginalization. Many archives have historically excluded the voices of marginalized groups such as women, indigenous people, and working class communities. The dominant group who control archival institutions may overlook for intentionally erase the contribution and histories of these groups. Third one, the political of access. Who can access archival and under what condition is another form of power. Some archives are restricted either by the institution that manage them or due to the sensitivity of the material. The decision of grant or deny access can have significant implication for historical researchers and for public knowledge. For colonialism and nationalism, colonial power used archive to document and control colonized population, often erasing or distorting indigenous histories. In past colonial contexts, nationalist movements have used archives to construct new national identities, sometimes by selectively interpreting or omitting parts of history. The fifth one is archival silences. Archival silences refer to the gaps in the historical record, what is missing from archives, whether become because it was never documented or was deliberately excluded. These silence can highlight the histories that have been neglected, forgotten, or suppressed. Challenges in the documentary archive. The first one, preservation of digital archive. The rise of digital record present new challenge for archival preservation. Unlike physical document, digital records are vulnerable to technological obsolescence, corruption, and loss. As more historical record move online, ensure long-term access to digital archive is a growing concern. Decolonize Decolonizing archive. Second one, decolonization of archival is an ongoing process that involves challenging the colonial legacies embedded with the archival practice. These include repatriating material that were taken during colonial rule, restoring indigenous narrative, and ensuring that marginalized voices are included in the archival record. Third one is reinterpreting the past. Reinterpreting the past. Archives often contain a wealth of information, but they must be critically analyzed. Researchers need to be aware of the biases and limitation within the archives. For example, official document may not reflect the lived experiences of ordinary people. An archival curated by the state institution may be shaped by political agendas. The role of the documentary archive in contemporary society. In today's world, archives are most accessible than ever thanks to digitalization and online database. However, their role continues to evolve as society grapples with is issue of historical memory, justice, and representation. Archive not only preserve history but also contribute to ongoing conversation about identity, truth, and reconciliation. First one is community archive. Many community are now creating their own archives to document their history, often in response to the underrepresentation or misrepresentation in traditional archive. Community drive archival provide an opportunity for people to reclaim their narrative and challenge dominant historical accounts. Second one, public engagement and transparency. Archival can be tools for promoting public engagement and transparency in governance. Open access to archival material foster accountability and allow the public to better understand how decisions were made and who was involved in shaping the past.